Moving across to race number 2, it's the red packet handicap again for the Class 5s, but back to the 1400 metres, the distance of this race. Happy Jai Jai's on the class drop. Zhengji Stamina is second up. He goes to 1400 metres after an impressive first up run. Son of McPhee, Shaw Win-Win, they both come down in grade to Class 5 for the first time. Impeccable Fellows on the class drop. Last time he came into this grade, he was a winner. He's 1 from 1 in Class 5. Nobleman, first time at Sha Tin since September. Seize the Spirit, winner. Track and distance off a rating of 35. He's won 1 from 21. The 11 Manna from Heaven was placed at 223 to 1 last start, comes back in trip, and 12 break record. Cheek pieces are off and the blinkers go back on. Neil Cullen rides for Peter Ho. Happy Jai Jai and Seize the Spirit, some of the 2 horses which have been up to Chongfa.
Not really a clear leader in this race, Mark, over the trip of 1400 metres. Maybe it's left to Noble Man because he's been relatively handy. He's got gate number 2 for Wagner Borges. Manna from Heaven, we'll see if he can repeat his Herculean effort last start at 223 to 1. Universal record. Carristeton presses forward. He might get caught wide, so maybe he's looking to slot in somewhere. Then you've got Blazing Partners. Impeccable Fellow, who's 1 from 1 in this grade. A Polar Warrior and horses like Sure Win-Win are likely to get back.
Happy Jai Jai, one of the downgraders here. He's by Savabeel, this horse. 1400 metres, he's racing it here. He has been racing over slightly longer, but the blinkers will go on him, so his work's been pretty good. He's a pretty fit horse going to this. He's had 7 starts now. Sure Win-Win is another downgraded horses. He's stepping back to 1400, but I think it's probably better for him back to 1400. Did race over the 1650 at Happy Valley 2 starts ago, and 1600 here. And Polar Warriors, the other one we're going to have a look at here. Another one who's been downgraded into Class 5, one of the deep fields we've got here. And his work I thought wasn't too bad as well. He's the one in the blue saddlecloth closest to it.
Let's try and find you. We're going to go back to Zhengji Stamina's first up performance, Paul. This was his first run in 6 months. It was over 1200 metres and it was a very impressive last little bit. It was,
wasn't it? And stepping up to 1400 metres looks ideal to him now at this time of his campaign. He hit the line strongly here, and I think he's one of the major players. I've got him in.
Just didn't quite get him in, but look where he's come from last on this occasion, basically. And the form's worked out okay out of this race as well, with Destin Jewellery winning last weekend, and Galaxy Empress come out of this race and won too. But he really charged late, but just didn't quite get him in this time round.
Vincent Ho with the ride for Chris So once again on Zhengji Stamina. We move on to Son of McPhee here, Tom. This was 1400 metres last start. He's a horse that's always running on. He stepped up to the mile and ran on. What about in this field this week?
I think with the light weight again on his back, he's got 126 pounds. He had 116 last time out, but he has downgraded. It's a little bit more weight, but he still gets 7 pounds off with Jerry Chow from gate number 1. He hasn't been too far away recently. He's had a quiet trial coming into this as well. So I think he's one of the players, Paul.
Yeah, I've got him. And look, he's always been capable in Class 4, I thought. So coming down to Class 5 here looks good for him.
Does get that weight allowance, as Tom said, for Jerry Chow, 133 when they were declared, gets the 7 pounds off. There's For Fun's Sake on the rail here. Tommy's buried away and Seize the Spirit, who's won 1 from 21, but it was here over the 1400.
Just the 1 second placing For Fun's Sake. He was slow, got hampered in the straight, but I thought when he got clear, he actually didn't run too bad on this occasion, For Fun's Sake. And to Seize the Spirit, we hadn't seen something from him for quite some time, but it was a much improved outing from him. His last win came off 35, and that's where he's pegged this time round, Paul.
Yes, whether they can put 2 together, but it was a nice enough run here, and he did hit the line strongly enough, didn't he?
OK, Seize the Spirit, meet Choi trains. Tony Picone with the righties drawn out in Barry number 9. 2 questions for you here, Paul, in this replay. Manna from Heaven, 223 to 1 last time. Can he repeat this? Blazing Partners has been one of your horses in these Class 5 races lately. You got him again.
No, look, I'll tell you what, with Blazing Partners, he was on the cusp. Look, I thought he had his chance here and didn't run on nicely. Manna from Heaven, I'd like to see him do it again. I mean, 200 to 1 last time, there's definitely an improvement there, there's no question, but I haven't got either of them in.
And Shanghai Dragon goes around later on in the day. I haven't got Manna from Heaven and I haven't got Blazing Partners. He was quite one pace there over the final stages. But if Manna from Heaven can repeat that, maybe he's in next time.
OK, we'll find out in race number 2. So they're not in, Paul. Who is?
I'm going to go with Sure Win-Win. I've been with this horse for a while now, so he's gone a little bit costly. He's now down to Class 5, but I think this is the right race for him. So he's on top. I have said that before, though. It was Sure Win-Win. Zhengji Stamina, really impressive, hitting the line strongly last time. Gorgeous is Inheritors, one we haven't talked about. The tongue tie will go on him for the first time. Zach Purton aboard, teaming up with Dennis Yip, and Son of McPhee gets back, runs on. 4-2-6-3.
4 on top for me as well. Sure, Win-Win gets down into Class 5. I think probably looks capable in this sort of grade. Benno Jung and Christoph Sumion for his last meeting from gate number 11. Son of McPhee goes. And I've thrown in Gorgeous Inheritor. Didn't do much in his most recent trial. He's not done much in 6, but his trial win 3rd down the straight I thought was very strong from Gorgeous Inheritor. And Happy Jai Jai in there as well. You can probably make cases for sure about Zhangji Stamina, a Polar Warrior, and even Impeccable Fella. It's one of those sort of races, but 4, 3, 6 and 1.